Oh, hi. We're back again. Let's see. This would be, yeah, this is the fourth day in a row. Shit. You can't get rid of me. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys are stuck. I'm sorry, man. Too much? That's too bad. Too much? Too bad. New opening? Oh, I've had this for a little while now. Yeah. Dang it. I'll see myself out. That's okay. Juju, I understand. Hello, friends. How we doing? I think they like you. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, man. I had such a blast yesterday. Oh, no, my alerts again. Oh, gosh darn it. I played Peak yesterday. For those of you that were not around, we streamed some Peak with Miss Phoenix. It was a blast. A few of us were live. Mr. Glay, Benchley. Oh my God, dude. I was in tears. I was crying. All right, we'll switch over. I think we'll switch over while we fix stuff. At some point, my power went out. I don't know. I got home and my PC's off, and that's always really scary. I got home and the PC was off, and I was like, "Uh-oh." Either my power went out. No, get out of here. Either my power went out or something bad happened. And I looked over, I noticed something else was off. Like, okay, my power did go out at some point. Got to play the mage one. Yeah, I'm down. Just running around yelling fireball at everybody. I'm down. I am down. The tornadoes were so good. I have yet to be disappointed by the tornadoes. Oh, they're so funny. Long time no see. Hello. Bella, thank you for the 7 months. Mr. Kill. Oh my God. Thank you for the gifted to camo kitty. Mr. Kill, I'm using your tool today, sir. Hockey, thank you for the 5 months. Hello. The wife is doing well. All right. Let me turn it off and turn it back on again. Because, of course, when I restart my PC, every sound is like, I'm going to mute myself. Do I ship? It's not me shipping. It's directly through Fourth Wall. So as long as Fourth Wall ships there, Lunar, then it will ship to you. So, yeah, you can always check their website, but I'm fairly certain that they ship there. Yes. Yeah. Josie's doing swell. She's already up there asleep. Using my what? Using the tool. Using the tool. Using the random map, random difficulty. The tool. Yeah, I'm using that tonight. All right. Let me fix these things. And once these things are fixed, then I can get into the spiels and we can talk about the stuff. That's good. Yep. Happens every time. Monitor off, monitor off. It's probably a little bit too loud. I'm sorry. Do that. Hey, what up, Undead? Doing okay? Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, my PC reset, so I'm having to like fix a few of my settings. All right. That should be okay. Should be fine. What? I can't hear you. Shush. Thank you for the biddy. All right. We should be okay. All right. We're good. We're good. Try not to drop the smudge through the hole in the new map. Never know when you might need it. Wait, what? Hey, Chris, what's up? Are we? No. I can pretend. I can pretend like everything's fine. If I pretend, that means that everything is okay, right? Oh, still can't hear it. Okay, that's fun. Finch, think of the 2 months. Gosh, dang it. Thought I had it. Apparently I don't. All right. Is it the monitoring device that's changed? Let me try something. give that a whirl. Can hear just fine. Yeah. No, I can't hear the alerts. That's the issue. All right, let's open Phas. Once we get that open, I'll figure it out. I need to be able to hear the alerts. You accidentally threw your smudge through the hole. Why are you guys so close to the center of the room when you're chucking your smudge? What? I don't understand. It's your birthday? Happy birthday. Yeah, I don't get it. Why is everybody dropping their smudge through the hole? Could you guys hear the blurp? Skill issue? I mean, yeah, probably. Yes. Could you hear it like well? Because holes? Okay. All right. All right, let's get Phas open and then I'll figure it out. Hey, I hear that now. Let's go. Katie, thank you for the gifted. Okay. And all of a sudden started working again. I have no words. I do not know. I don't get it, baby. Oh, thank you for the 2 months. May all your ghosts not stinky today. I hope not. I sure as hell hope not. Spicy, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Yeah, I couldn't hear half the crap, but now I can.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Freaking weird. All right, let's go over here.
Lizard.
Huntress, thank you for the biddies. Chris, thank you for the gifted. It was very much audible, maybe even too much. Really? Because that seemed okay. Was it too loud? Oh, Katie. You stop it. I appreciate you. Callie, thank you for the biddies. It sounds okay on my end.
Lizard.
Oh, Katie, thank you for the subs. Yeah, it seems okay. Thank you, Phoenix. Oh, it's good now. Okay, thank you for the test. That's a good one to test with. It's a wide range, and it includes Mr. Chiefs, which you can never go wrong. All right, game feels good. Everything seems good. Yeah, today we are doing perfect games or else. That is correct. Fridge, welcome in. What could I possibly mean by or else? Anything cheap is a great test for loud. That is very true. Yes. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do random map, random difficulty, perfect game. You can do exclamation point challenge if you are not sure, or you don't remember what the hell is going on. If I do not get a perfect game, no matter what it gives me, I have to spin the wheel of spice. I have to do a spicy bean if I fail. And then we move on to the next one. If I fail again, I do another one. Does that mean that we aren't leaving the house without a perfect? That is correct. Yeah. No, it is not a ranch. No. That's not how that works. No. What counts as a perfect game? Well, in Phasmophobia, there's perfect games are when you get the ghost correct, all 3 objectives, all media unique, and collect the bone. That is what gets you a perfect game. So if I don't successfully do that on a random map with a random set difficulty between amateur and APOC 3. So thanks to Mr. Kill, I happen to have this awesome tool that we talked about and he created for me. With this lovely little tool here, I have the ability to choose what maps and what difficulties I want. And we're going to do everything. So, and just to show you what it's like, if I spin it, I would have to do Sunny Meadows Professional or High School. Okay, it's rigged. It might be rigged. Point Hope, APOC 2. So there you go. Tis random. showing everyone my tool. Well, kill, you know. If you got it, show it. Or wait, no, flaunt it. I don't know. They say something. Ketchup soda if there's a thing. I don't know. There might be. I'm not sure. Isn't there random in the game? No. There's just the only random that you can do. Well, no, let me explain. There technically is random map, and then you can randomize this. I don't want to do this one. This one takes too long. Randomizing this could mean that I'm getting a difficulty where the ghost can't hunt me. So by choosing amateur to APOC 3, it is guaranteed what the settings are. If I do random like this, if I go to this one and I randomize this, I might be doing 50 speed all the time with every curse, but the ghost can't hunt me and this and that. Yeah. So F that. Guaranteed the ghost can hunt me. Death should equal soda. No, absolutely not. We know how to get to soda. What happens if you die? Again, if I die, then it's not a perfect game. So then I have to do a spicy bean. Yeah. It's possible. Zero evidence friendly ghost. I've done it. It's just a I don't want to use the word nightmare because that's a difficulty. It's awful. Because if you have a revenant on zero evidence friendly ghost, there's nothing you can do about it. How are you going to know it's a revenant? You're not. How are you going to know it's a Raiju? Possibly the heartbeat thing. Yeah. What happens if we run out? Oh, I'm not going to run out. Oh, there's no shot I'm going to run out. This thing is enough beans in it. I'm fine. Yeah. Katie, thank you so much for the gifted to Shadow. But yeah, that's the plan for the day, friends. H2O. Not played Phasmophobia in over 2 years. Watching. I appreciate you watching. It's changed just a little bit. I'm saying those settings are possible to happen with random. Oh. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. If I do random like this, instead of doing preset difficulties, because we're doing these difficulties, these ones. We are not doing the other ones. Good luck, SpongeBob. We're going to try. This could be okay. This might not be too bad. This could be absolutely awful. Hard to say. Hard to say. Watching the stream for laughs. Well, I appreciate it, friend. Thank you. All right. Well, we don't need any set difficulty right now because we need to randomize it. Yeah. But let me get everywhere first. Once I'm everywhere, then we'll get rolling. Yeah. Does the random wheel come with difficult customs? No, because the reason I want to stick with amateur to APOC 3 is because when you start doing customs, it can be kind of a nightmare to describe to somebody all the settings. And then you have to tell them to go check all the settings here. It's over on Discord. It's over here. All these settings are here. All this is here. When you can say, what difficulty? Nightmare. What is this? APOC 3. What are the settings for APOC 3? They're literally in the game. You can't mess it up. Yeah. Hey, what up, Super? Missed the live all week. Finally, I haven't missed the stream, but let's go. Today you got Doomslayer. Nice. That achievement sucks because there's nothing you can do but RNG. Yeah, thank you for the follows. All right. Let me get going everywhere and then we're just going to get started. Yeah. Have yet to get it. It sucks. Again, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you kind of can do, like, you can try to force it, but it's really, it has to be a demon and it has to choose to use its ability within 60 seconds. Sucks. Definitely sucks. Squishy Panda, thank you for the 2 months. Why does it say out of stock? If people are able to change the colors, it's because it's on a cooldown. Rose, thank you for the raid. What up, dude? Beep boop bop boop. All right. Oh, crud muffin. I didn't change this. I'll fix it now. Hold please. Hey, what up, Cursed? How are you? I made a boo-boo. I made a boo-boo. All right, I'm fixing it. There we go. Yeah, I saw Ratchet. Yeah. It didn't save. I changed it and it didn't save, and I don't know why. Whatever. It's fine. How could you? I didn't mean to. It's fixed now. Thank you guys for the follows. Rose, I hope your games were good. You haven't gotten Blood Moon? I haven't had Blood Moon on the new Grafton yet. Yeah, I don't even, I mean, we're doing random maps tonight, so I don't even know if I'm going to get Grafton tonight. Hard to say. Bop, 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 bop. Did Stream Elements just have a stroke? What just happened? That's your bot. What? That was Streamer Bot? I don't think I have a shout out thing in Streamer Bot, do I? Now, Streamer Bot did update. Your first one was a Blood Moon? Yeah, that was weird. Okay. Clearly you do. I mean, I could always take a look-see doodle. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. All right. Well, there was something in there called shout out. I turned it off for now because it seems like it's freaking out. Yeah, we'll keep that off for now. Okay. All right. I'm almost ready. All right, that should work. Cool. That is also good to go. That is good to go. Awesome. There we go. Matthew, how are you, friend? I'm getting everything set up, kind of. My PC restarted because the power went out of my house earlier, so I'm resetting everything back up. Yeah. Gonna manifest it. I appreciate it. Actually, right now, I don't know if I appreciate it. Yeah. Amiens, hello. How are you? Hopefully we get Bleeze down the downstairs bathroom. Oh, for some toilet steak? Yeah, we could do a toilet steak. Winter, I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to do there, friend. Okay. I think we're rolling. Get a 12-hour shift. Gross. Gross. Thought I had to put in some sort of command for the drop. Well, no, the commands on Twitch usually do not have a space. They don't have a space in the command. So if there's ever exclamation point something, it's not like a couple of words. It's just a word. So like drops is the one. But if you want to check your progress for it, it's now pinned. Yeah. Thank you, Mayor. It is now pinned. So you have another way of checking. Yeah, you're welcome. Of course. But of course. Everybody good? We're ready? Okay. We are going to be doing perfect game or else. What does that mean? That means that I'm going to be doing random maps with random set difficulty between amateur and APOC 3. If I do not get a perfect game on whatever it gives me, spicy bean time. I have it next to me, ready to go. I'm a wimp when it comes to spicy, just by the way. That's why that's a consequence. So I have this really awesome tool that Mr. Kilo 7 made that allows me to randomize the maps and the difficulties. So, for example, I set all the difficulties, all the maps. I would give her a spin, and I would have gone to Point Hope for APOC 1. Yippee. Or maybe the next game I would have gotten Maple Lodge for APOC 1. I'm not liking that it keeps giving APOC 1. That's not very nice. Not a big fan of that. But I'm excited. It should be fun. It'll be challenging for sure, but it should be fun. Yeah. I'm good, Cursed. How are you, friend? The Wheel of Sorrow and Despair. No, that's a possibility for later. Yeah. Let's get it. You hope? No, no Point Hope. We don't want that at all. It's the same multiplier as Insanity. That is true. It's not awful. I have ice in here that's getting stuck. Okay. Let's roll to see what our first map and first difficulty is going to be. Fuck. God damn it. Well, we're starting strong. Okay. We have APOC. God dang it. I need to get rid of the name there. That's no, go away. I'll just call this or else. Yeah, that looks good. Preset APOC 2. Save it. We'll go through the APOC 2 settings so you guys can see what they are. Gosh dang it. Babs, thank you, friend. Dan, thank you for the follow. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. Just fail early. Take the L and eat the bean. I'm at least going to try. I'm going to try. You did say no. Okay, I mean, that's true. I did. Damn it. I would really like some APOC 1 right now. That'd be nice. So our starting sanity is at 50. Sanity Panel Restoration is basically null and void. Hey, boss, just shut your lips. I can't sprint. My speed is slower. I'm at 75. Okay. Ghost is at 150. High roam, high changing favorite room, low activity, low event. But I'm at 50, so I mean, it's going to hunt fairly soon. Fairly soon. Gaming, welcome in. Man. And I get 1 evidence. This is going to be great. Should have rigged the wheel. I should have. Dang it, man. VHS, welcome in. What ghost room do you think it's going to be? Probably the the second floor of B block or something. McKenna, yeah, I do everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Heavy rain, who cares? Whatever. Okay, no activity about it. It's broken fuse broken fuse box. We have no power. Man. All right. Dang it, man. The first one couldn't just start off nice and slow. All right. APOC 2, prison, perfect game or else. Wild West, I was doing okay. Was. Used to be. Not anymore. Get it over with? Yeah. We're going to do our thing. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some bonus orbs. There's no Blood Moon. Great start. Great start. Yeah, thank you, Babs. Thank you very much. I can see all the cams. So if orbs do decide to show themselves, it's a little bit easier now with this new system. I mean, whenever they added this to see them, but I have 1 evidence. The odds of me getting orbs, very, very low. No, I'm not seeing anything. Now, what I could do, something that I can do, man, I'm so slow, is I can go open the front door and bring stuff to the door, and then maybe it'll like open a cell door or something, you know? Maybe I'll get lucky like that. Withering Witch, hello. Yep, this is our speed, guys. Accept it. Here we are. Gonna get his least favorite. Oh. Well, I hope not. If I get a shade here, I might cry. All right, do one of those. Do one of those. 2 years later, yeah. At this speed, here we'll do this so we have perspective. Hi, noob. Big map, slow flash. Sounds fun. Does it sound fun? Jinx myself. I already did. That's why we're here. I thought that I just took the brute force of the getting jinxed part. Speed's killing you. You're not the one doing it. It's me. Jessica. Epic, thank you for the 8 months. Oh, I gotta turn that off. Come on, just open a cell door. You know, a nice little, well, I mean, maybe I don't want that. Because if I do that, a benefit is that we know where it is. The downside is we know where it is. It's not moved anything that I can tell. No doors, no throwing objects. Nothing to see. Okay. We're not getting any information. Let's bring these guys. We're going to need to bring these anyway. We might as well just trudge our way to the door. Hot chick reference, yeah. Man's getting a speeding ticket. No, it always makes me think of that. I think it was Family Guy with the turtle and the snail. The snail's riding on top of the turtle. He's telling him to slow down. Winter, thank you for the prime. Welcome in. Can't tell what's going on with how fast you're running. Can you see all like the blur lines going by me right now? Mystery, I'm good for now. Worst case scenario, it spawns at the front. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the worst case is right now. Really, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk in here, go to the left, and go hide out because I don't have a power box. It's broken, so I don't have to look for it. At least it wasn't a blood moon. Blood moon might have made this made us get over this faster. You know, could have been high school. It could have been high school. This is true. No, we're gonna get. I'm probably not gonna bring everything to the door because I want to know if it's close or not. Again, it's that what we were just saying earlier, almost getting it over with thing. All right, we'll grab that guy. I'm going to grab another crucifix. And I've got a lighter. We've got firelights in there. I could grab another firelight. Vitya camera. Let's grab the Vitya camera. Started playing Phas and a hacker boosted you. Go to the Phasmophobia Discord. Yeah, go to the Phasmophobia server. They'll be able to help you. It's no biggie. As long as you, if you played with them recently, a really good thing that you can do is you can go back to your recent players and you can pull their name up and give them the information to let them know what their Steam is and all that jazz to get them banned because they're a douchebag. Yeah. Like the sloth in Zootopia. Okay. Well, I guess it is what it is, huh? Mighty or chili? No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I do appreciate the offer. Cover this room. It's not hunting yet. Remember, we start with 50. moving this slow. Look, what? There's nothing I can do. What do you want me to do? Moving this slow. The settings made me do it. Oh, the bone is going to be awful. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Holy shit. Is that a Hantu? What? My heartbeat never happened? Well, that was fun. Well, got it over with, I guess. I think it was a Hantu. Oh, that was an Oni that changed speeds? What? Did you hear how fast it was above me and how fast it was in front of me? Those were two different speeds. Wow. But also, my heart never beating when the ghost saw. That's mean. That's just cruel. All right, well. That was odd. I don't know. I got nothing. Thank you, Timmy. Oh, cool. Habanero. That's the second hottest one. Yay. Doing great. We're kicking ass. What color is that? I don't want to mess that up. If I mess that up, that's game over. I didn't know there was a setting to turn the heartbeat off. Yeah. Oh, it's a bean night? Yeah. If I don't get a perfect game on random map, random difficulty, then it's, yeah. Well, might as well get ready for the next one. Got milk? Nope. I have water. You like spicy food? Not at all. Not in the slightest. Water's really not the greatest thing to use right now, but it's a little relief. He does not like it. Woo! King, thank you for the 6 months. Holy sh. Phoenix, if you're okay with spicy things, you should give it a try, but I'm not. And look, if rounds happen like that, I might only be able to do so many. I've learned over the time of like eating spicy crap that breathing into something helps. Yeah. Anyway. Gaga! Have you put your salt? No, I have not, friend. Thank you for the 1 year. Splat, it's not going well for me. I had a Oni that changed speeds on prison and I had no heartbeat when it saw me. Not going good. It's not going good. Mason, welcome in. All right, where are we going next? Okay, crappy map, way better difficulty. Okay. Not great. Could be way worse. You need a little bugle. I could buy a bugle. I could start learning more tunes. All right. Why is the randomizer awful to you? I think Kill's rigged it. I think Kill rigged it on purpose. All right, well, we can go choose that one. At least it's not APOC. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get hunted by a demon when I'm not ready, and it's going to get me, I swear. Oh my goodness gracious. It's a great start. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. You think I should remove the code that allows you to that only allows you to get the worst maps? Gosh dang it. Rigged indeed. Get the bean ready. You shut your mouth. You're aware, dude, you're very welcome for the drops. Absolutely. I'm so glad you got it. Your face is red because it's hot, dude. Yeah, I do have a setup timer. That's true. Your face is red. Get out of here. All right. Intermediate high school. I can only hope we find the bone quickly, because guess what? I have to find the bone. How dare you? Oh, man. Kenny Cray. Okay. We are on intermediate. We have a 2-minute timer. I almost want to carry a smudge. You know what? For the fear, well, no, do I want to carry a, you know what? Yeah, I do, because I'm going to go around with the parabolic. Yep, we're going around with the smudge. We're not risking it. Juice is on the right. Roger that. Give me that. Got it. We're good. Wishing the bone glitch was here instead. Oh, yeah. Do you have a lighter? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, man, you made me second guess myself. Sheesh. Yes, I have a lighter. Thank you for asking. All right, Ghosty. What are you giving us? No voodoo doll. Oh, it's the cards. Gross. Usually play solo, scared of school. It's just tough because it's a really large map, man. Yeah. Hey, Trayson, what's up? What are you using? I have the parabolic, flashlight, and a smudge. The reason I have my headlamp and also the other light is so it makes it way better to see when we're walking around. Use a card. Get out of here. That would be, you know what would happen. I pick a card. I mean, I draw a card and it's Hangman. No. You do, Skulls. Yeah, make sure to check the title and also check the pin message, friend. Yeah. Do all the doors start shut? Gonna be a bone in the gym. I'm okay with that. No? Is it just like low chance? Most do. Okay. You love this map? Ugh. Gross. Again, Skulls. Yes. So if you check the title and you check the pin message. Thank you, Chris. You're going to wager your chili? I don't know if I'd do that if I were you. I've heard nothing so far. Dan, if you're talking about a glitchy spot or like a cheeky spot, I don't use those. No, I don't do that. I've heard nothing. Maybe the first card will be High Priestess. Oh yeah, that's enough for me to want to use it. What do you mean or else? So if you do exclamation point challenge, you can get the information. We are doing perfect games. If I don't get them, then I have to eat a spicy bean. Oh, you're okay, Dan. Yeah, I don't like to use them. Defini, what up, dude? Gamble with the cards all the time. When I'm playing with other people, it's entertaining. When you do it by yourself, it's like drinking alone. How are things here? They're good. So far. I've heard nothing from the ghost, which is great. Slowly making our way around. Hey, what up, Meggers? Should be an interesting night. Yeah, it's going to be something. Shade, shut up. It's even haunted. I don't know. I don't know. It might just be by chance. Like maybe I'm walking by it and when I am, it's not doing anything. Maybe it'll make more noise if you pull a card. If it does nothing, I'm going to pull a card. Come on. Anything at all, Ghosty. Thank you guys for the follows. Mason, welcome in. Bone. I'll have to check rooms. I mean, I guess I could just start going room to room. What room do you think the ghost? I didn't hear anything, did I? We'll just keep this on while we're walking around. I know it sounds very, very quiet, but we need to get lucky with the bone. We need to get lucky. If you do, you should do a poll. Do a poll if it's a hangman. You know it will be. There's no need for all that. I know I checked one room. I'm just really hoping the ghost will do anything. Thank you, Lavender. Anything at all. Playing his favorite map. How dare you? Thank you for the biddies. Wait a minute. Have I already been down this hall? Downstairs? Wait, possible ghostage? Maybe? Here for the drop reward? Groovy. I thought I heard something that direction. But I don't know. That is not what I heard. Oh, Blondie. Thank you for contributing to the community pool, friend. Thank you, Meggers. Where are the cursed on this map? They're all right there in the entrance. Are you in the gym? Is that the life we're living right now? Oh, Jesus. Skeletor! Oh my God. Look what you did, Blondie. You started this. Skeletor, thank you for the 2 months, man. You feral bastards. No, its name is Kenny. All right, let's I don't see my breath. Ghost fart? Oh, it's venting on me? Have you checked your lizard? I have not checked my lizard. Maybe you should have left the alerts broke. Yeah, maybe. Ghosty wants to play knockout. Okay, let's go check our sanity real fast. Yeah. So, you possibly have a gymnasium ghost. Yay. I don't know exactly. Oh, I'm still at 85 though. That's rocking. All right. Let's get that set up. We'll grab one of those. I don't know if it's inside of the gym or not. Not exactly sure. It might be near the gym, but we do have things over that way. Yeah. Silver Fox, oh my god. What is up, dude? I've been good. How the hell have you been? Oh my god. I was lurking your stream the other day. Haven't seen you forever. What's up, dude? I'm not doing a barrel roll. F off. It's 15 degrees in here, man. I'm not sold. God. I think it's over here somewhere. I think. You saw an orb in the gym? You mean like you saw an orb in the gym like last year? You already sick of the lizard nonsense? Oh, that sucks. Every time my hype trains level up, there's a lizard. In the right corner. That? Is not an orb. It is a camera. Yeah, it's not like a stuck orb that's just sitting in one spot. It's a shade. Roger that. Trust you? Okay. If it's not a shade, can I ban you? Oh, it's in the locker. At least we have a little cut through we can do. Hey, there is orbs, by the way. Oh, what are the odds of that? Damn, bro. Well, you said to trust you. I mean, if I'm going to trust you, you got to be pretty confident in yourself. And it doesn't sound like you're very confident. Oh my God, it's an MMA fight, dude. Maybe the orb went through the wall. Maybe they actually did see an orb, which, if that's true, then I'm sorry. Mimic. Well, I don't know. We have freezing and we have orbs. That's it. It's not a shade. This butthole cutting my pear. They're confident? All right. I like it. I like it. We're playing games of chance. I like it. So we have orbs and we have freezing. Well, that's not good for you. No, it's A, it's not gym. B, it's not in the gym. Yeah. There's been many a remix so far. Come on, Revy. Not a shade. Nope. Trust me, they said. Tisk tisk. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. Silver, if you've got a run, homie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the raid, man. It is so stinking good to see you. One day we will get a gym in the gym with a gym. That is very true. I mean, we could have a mimic, but I don't know if I've seen any EMFers though. 6 kids now. Good God, man. Now you do Monday to Friday. Oh, that is awesome. I don't know how. Just pure adrenaline, man. Just pure adrenaline. How many beans we up to? Well, I had one already because we had a ghosty at prison that stormed right to me and there was no heartbeat or anything. It was not a good time. No. Why the character jogs for 3 seconds and starts panting? Yeah, you know. Still remember that one time I predicted it was a demon. It was right. Still teeny. Let's 79, which is fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. All right. We'll bring this, and this. Yeah, that looks good. Demons are jerks. They definitely can be. When you checked your sanity, there was an EMF on the board. Is that always reliable? There was an event before we saw that. That's why it's not reliable. Like in that instance, it's not reliable. It's reliable if you have nobody else in the map. If you have nobody else in the map and there was no events recently and you see that spike on the board, probably an EMF 5. All right, Ghosty. Wait. I didn't do that, right? Was that me? Where are you? Oh, God. Okay. We're going too far with this. Ghost, please don't kill me. I forgot to change my mouse. Keybind's back. I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Be there. Be there. Okay. Where are you? Alex, hello. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Taken away. Possible Onryo. Now the question is, do you have Ultra Violet? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Am I going to be close to you at any point? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
Taken away.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here?
Slips away.
Where are you?
Taken away.
Where the hell are you? Are you here? Oh, there we go. All right. I see no footsie doodles. If that is true, then this is indeed an Onryo. Right here. No, no, no. This ghosty is taking a wee. This ghosty is taking a wee. You'd think it's a spirit. I mean, it's just written on the walls. Ghosty, one more time, please. At least you got the ghost so far. Yeah, I still got to get the objectives, the media, and the bone. Now to find the bone. Oh man. Oh man. Ghosty being a poopy head, yeah. The red herring. Where, like, why? Why did it just, like, it stepped once and then it just like, oh, I'll walk around this pile. It's fine. Oh, I could get the media of salt. You're right. When in Rome, yeah. We can take a photo of freezing. I can do audio of the spirit box. I'll just hold record. Going on a boner hunt. Stubborn ghost. It knows we're trying to get it. These damn big maps, man. These big maps. It's going to step in the other one. Maybe. It's not worth it sitting here like this. What about the Onryo test? What about it? Okay, you can step in it all you want. I don't give a shit. This is going to take forever. No thanks. Ghosty is legit taking a nap. No, I'm not going to sit there and wait. What are my objectives? Crucifix, video of the ghost, and 3 videos. Awesome. Lovely. Peek out for the follows. All right, time to start trucking stuff in, I suppose. Oh, we have ads coming. I might need to go wait in the truck. Like doing it to confirm it's an Unreal. Well, I don't think that's necessary. If it's not giving me UV over and over and over, the odds of it staying a mimic that's mimicking an Obake is extraordinarily low. I don't see that happening. Here, we'll just do this. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and run ads, guys. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour to try to remove pre-roll. So if you're not a sub and you don't have turbo, I do this to... Wait, what did I just record? Oh, object thrown. Okay. I do this so that way you guys don't miss anything. So 3 minutes, we will BRB. It stepped in your salt. Of course it did. You see it right there? I can see that it stepped in it. What an a-hole. Absolute a-hole. All right. 3 minutes, friends. We'll BRB. My ad thing is broken. It's not showing me time. And I don't know why. Hey, D-Rock, welcome in. How'd you end up at high school? Random map. Random. All right. Well, while the ads are playing, why don't we... Let's see. While the ads are playing, we'll try to be a little productive here. We'll get some stuff to the door. What map is this? Haven't played in a while? High school. Oh, this map has been around since the beginning. Yeah, this is not anything new. I want to bring... We need media stuff. We need media things. You might not see them, Rev. It's not a guarantee. Sometimes the ads are regional, so they might not be playing that ad near you, which is why you're not going to get anything. Cozy Care, happy Wednesday, friend. How was the rest of your Cult of the Lamb shenanigans? Is your sanity getting close to the haunting? At 73, I could take some sanity just to be safe. We can get this for media. What else can I get? We recorded the orbs. We'll get audio of the spirit box. I could bring more salt and just spam it to get it to step in it. EMF. We could bring an EMF so we can get a photo of it. What is not required for a perfect game? I don't remember since the Chronicle update. It's the same. Oh. Photo of the EMF, yeah. Zoom, thank you for the sub. Do I know when we're getting character update this year? That's the only information I can give you because that's the only information I know as well. Yep. Yeah, we need ghost video, which is going to be really entertaining. I needed to event again. Photo of the cursed. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Let's do this. Grab one of those. We have 45 seconds left on the ads, so that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah, that should be okay. I don't want to bring in a bunch of firelights because it's an Onryo and I don't want to disturb its peace. I'm going to bring the extra one of these, though. Hey, what up, Joel? I'm good. How are you? Photo of the temp. Yep. I need to stick to one media at a time right now. That's really the way. So, or bring like maybe the audio and like audio, photo camera, and the EMFer, you know? Bring these guys with me. Yeah. That's what we'll do. All right. Ads are finishing up. Welcome back. I was just getting things to the door. You guys haven't missed a thing. Ain't missed nothing. So we'll get a picture of the cards. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the locker is on the far side, so we just have to truck our way over there. What do you think of the new farmhouse reworks? Oh, they're both beautiful. I love them. Bleasdale, Grafton. If anything, it's just a really, really good sign of what's to come. There's 3. Now, see if we can get some of this. It might show up and that's okay. Where are you? Are you here?
Slips away.
Where are you?
Slips away.
Okay. Getting the audio would be nice to get rid of. Let me get the photo camera just in case it shows up. Added more interaction in Grafton. Makes it more intense just with how filthy that map is. It's dark, dreary, but at the same time, it's almost a little too dark. A lot of people have been asking for a little bit of a lift. Ghosty. Audio, please. I could go get the firelight and do it that way. Just was hoping I could just knock it out. Been up 38 hours? Ugh. On the nerves. I'm sorry, man. Damn. Ghost, please. Good for you. Super sus thing to say in a locker room, dude. Can you get sound recording of the EMF? It has to be EMF 5. Yeah, it's a locker room ghost and it's watching us. Ugh. It's a locker room creep. All right. I'm going to come back and get the firelight audio, I think, for that one. I think that's the move. All right. I'll be back, Ghosty. Don't you go dying on me. Sound would be worse if it was in the bathroom. Yeah. Definitely way too dark. I think so. Yeah. What can you record on the sound recorder? There's a bunch of stuff you can record. You can record the firelight being blown out. You can record the ghost talking. You can record a crucifix getting eaten, a ghost event, a ghost hunt, all kinds of fun stuff. All right, I can get video of this. I can get video of that. I can get audio/video of this. Can the ghost dribble the basketball? I don't think it has the skills. No, I think Kenny's a weenie. I don't see it happening. Negative. Ghost talking on the recorder count as spirit box evidence? No, because it's not the spirit box. Keep it in your pants, Ghosty. He's married. All right, bring this over here quickly. Quickly, quickly, quickly. What? 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 I was doing circles. What the absolute hail? Oh, thank you for the tier 1 cannabis. I appreciate that, man. It's weird it didn't show up for me. All right. You bitch. That's right. That's fine. Love how it's bony? Yeah. Come on. Or are you over here somewhere? Get a photo of the EMF? Yeah. Yeah, I already did. Davis, welcome in. Where the hell's the ghost? What up, spam? Okay. Got it. Let's go, bitch. Sorry. Got a little excited. I do apologize. Okay. I was afraid that it was going to disappear before I could capture the video, but it let it happen. All right. Walk in the salt, please. You're going to do it when I do this, aren't you? Justified. Come on. No, I need one more video. That's why I'm going for the salt. Make it nice and easy. Try to make it nice and easy. That's over there, right? Okay. Okay. No salt for you? I don't think it wants it to happen. It's walking over that way. I could do one more firelight. Actually. Wait. What are you? Where are you? Is that a shadow again? Yeah, shit. I can't get that. It's no good to me. But maybe it will adjust its path. Hey, Cannabis, how are you? Witches, I'm good. I've already had one hot bean. Let's go over here. It's gonna walk in that damn salt when I'm not ready. Yeah, you son of a bitch. Do you see that? Like, how? How? It started over here. Fire extinguished. Paranormal. Spirit box. I need 2 photos. 2 photos in the meteor finched. So I could technically force a hunt by having it blow out that firelight twice. It'll do an Onryo ability and it'll actually burn the cruci. But is it worth doing right now? I gotta go find the bone. Yeah. I would like to finish the media. That would be nice. Oh, Amber. Oh my God. What map we on? Freaking high school. Amber, thank you for the subs. Holy hell. Going on a boner hunt? Yeah, we are. Yep. I was kind of waiting for Ghosty to start doing this stuff so I could do other things. I'm trying to get the thing with them out. High school fun? Yes, so fun. It's so good. Maybe we do leave it here. Bone's the real challenge. Yeah, what I'm going to do, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I am going to leave that firelight there. And we're going to go get a flashlight. And then we're going to go walk around and look for the bone. Bone pit counts? Absolutely. And if it just so happens to eat the crucifix, then that counts as well. Take a photo of the curse. I did. We have tarot cards, EMF, freezing. This. I could carry around a smudge. Yeah. I think that's the play. And now we're going on a search for a bone. All right. Am I going left or right? Left or right? Terrified to try any new maps. Did the ferryman thing though? Oh, nice. Third objective is getting it to eat the crucifix. So that will inevitably happen over time. I'm seeing a lot of right. We'll go right. Majority rules. We're going this way. If it was the first room on the left, I'm not going to be happy with any of you. Except for all the people that said left. But I trust you. You guys wouldn't lead me astray. Is it too late to say both? Yeah, too late. You're locked in. I heard the firelight blow out. There's 2. I have no other lit fire on the map. So unless all of a sudden the ghost can light my lantern and then blow it out that I'm unaware of, then one more firelight blowout and we can get the ability. But we have to go light it first. Hey, Burn, how are you? Kumo, Blondie, thank you guys for the follows. I don't want to turn on many lights because I don't want to pop the breaker. Although I'm right next to the breaker. Oh, sending vibes for a large, noticeable bone. I sure hope so, man. Nailed it. I knew I was close. I turned on a lot of lights. And look, now it's a fresh start. Come on, bone, please. We beggeth thee. A spine would be great. Rib cage, awesome. I don't care if it's a teeny one, as long as it's out in the open somewhere. I'm not abandoning our our right idea. So I'm gonna keep going that way. I'm just circling the map a little bit. Do I have every badge in the game? No. No, I do not. There's badges that I'm never gonna have, like developer badges and things like that. I'm never gonna have those. Hey, Muffin, welcome in. Gonna say that's what she said. Okay, all right. Still weird. The larger maps have fewer lights on before the. Yeah, it is a little sus, but it's fine, I guess. I'm looking at everything in these because imagine if I go through this whole map and miss it. If I don't find the bone, we don't perfect game and I lose. That's basically how this goes. Last Odin. Hello, friend. But you guys told me to go this way, so I'm just doing what I'm told. No bean pressure. Why do the big maps always have the tiny bones? I don't know. I don't know. One day we're not going to actually need the bone for a perfect game, and it's going to be awesome. But that day is not now. Yeah, our sanity's fine. It still hasn't eaten it. What happens if you don't get a perfect game? Then I have to eat a spicy bean. Yep. Exclamation point challenge, friend. That'll let me know it's hunting. Oh, okay. We're still good. Playing your favorite map? I was just on prison. It was prison, and now we're on high school. And we have the ghost. We have all the media, well, almost all the media. I need 2 more photos. I could force the ghostie to eat a crucifix, but the problem is I can't force it to tell me where the bone is. Favorite and second favorite, back to back. Only the best. When you pass Prestige 20, level 100, does the XP to each level increase still? I assume so. It'd be the same thing as being Prestige 1. Did I turn that light off in another room? I assume it would be like, yeah. Prestige 1 level 1000, 2000. It's the leveling is still the same. It's just you didn't prestige. The cursed item is the cards. Not helpful in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, if anybody, listen, if you see the bone, feel free to shout. This is definitely a wonderful moment to backseat if you feel it's necessary. Just to find the bone. Is there a Ouija board? No. Cards. Nope. Vamp. So I could do like super fast run throughs of the rooms, but I just don't want to miss it. You would just eat the spike? Just get it over with? No, it's a challenge. I gotta go for it. We have to. Could you, if you had the monkey ball, could you wish to know where the bone is? No, but you can find it over here on this side, right in between these 2 chalkboards though. Hey, yo. That, I would say that you guys were right. If we would have gone left, we would have gone all the way around. Upstairs, back, down here, and then started going that way. Guaranteed. That's what we would have done. Yeah. Foot dab, thank you for the 8 months. Love it. Love it. to pick it up. I'm fairly certain I did. I did pick it up, yes? Do I need to like go back and verify that I did? I'm almost certain I did. Now they're making me go check. Was it this room? No, 2 chalkboards. I did. Okay. People are gaslighting me. It's gone. I ate it. Yum, yum. You're okay. You know what? I'd rather take the few extra seconds to go double check that for sure. How do I want to do this? So I think to expedite the process, I think I'm going to make it hunt. The bone has been stored in my wallet. Yeah, I think that's the play. So I've got a smudge just in case. I've got a camera. The firelight is over there. If I make it hunt, it'll eat the crucifix, hopefully. Do we know what the ghost is? Yeah, it is. It's an Onryo. So I could use the ghostie's ability to my advantage. Not going to pull the cards. Why the hell would I pull the cards? Why would I do that? I have no incentive to pull the cards. Zero incentive. -12. Ghostie's right there. Okay, when you go to leave, pull a single card. Here, let me repeat myself again. Maybe it'll make it louder. What incentive do I have to pull the cards when there's a consequence if I lose? For the content. That is not for the content. That is for the trolls that live under the bridge. Hi, Cap. We asked nicely. You did, and I appreciate that very much. Still no. My kids asked for something very nicely. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. Give 5 gifted. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. All right, Ghosty. Ghosty's going to blow that out. It's going to eat that crucifix. I'm going to take a photo. I'm going to run away for my life. You're not a very good dad. Wow. Can I have a 5th dessert? Well, Break said I'm a bad dad, so I guess I got to do it. I guess I have no choice. All right. There it is. Perfect. Get me out of here. You're welcome, kiddos. Oh, man. Want to zip up or a hoodie? Ooh. Whenever I'm working, like whenever I'm, when I go to the office, I always have a zip up hoodie on. Always. You put the hood up. That's a sign of like, hey, I'm editing, leave me alone kind of thing. Yeah. And it's a perfect at high school. Yes, sir. Get at it. That is all photos, videos, audios. We've checked. If this is a mimic, well, then that sucks so much. But no, it literally just did the Onryo ability. We used its ability against it so that we could get the burn cruci. Yeah. Always carry one around in your, wait. Oh, on your waist if you need it? Oh, a hoodie. I got you. Mission accomplished. Yeah. Oh, Plushie's attacks. Zip up or hoodie? Hoodie. Go hoodie. Yeah, go hoodie. Hey, Muddy, how are you? All right. That is cool for me. I'm outie. I'll take it. My mouth is still coming down off of what happened in the first game. Like a nice hoodie? So do I. So do I.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Perfect. On the school. Bowen, thank you so much for the message, friend. I do, Liam. Yeah, you could check my, if you check my bio, the link is in there. Yep. Perfect high school. I know it wasn't the hardest difficulty in the world, but we still had to go find the bone and do all the crap. Victory. Back to prison. Shut your mouth. No nightmare. It's not up to me. It's up to the game. I don't choose what difficulty we're doing. This chooses what difficulty we're doing. Yeah. Hey, Vamp, how are you? Liam, thank you for the follow. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. Hoping for a Willers. I would love a small map. A small map would be really nice. Atka, hello. Welcome in. All right, let me make sure. Run it back. You shut up. I don't like the vibes that are happening right now. I'm not a fan. Okay. On to the next one. Where are we going? Is Kill still here? Kill, can I have a f***ing word with you, please? He's the creator of this, by the way. Hold on, I gotta spin it again. Hold on, we're gonna do it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. It's only fair. Where is he? You better come out of lurk, you little bastard. Man, they were absolutely right. They're like, you're going back to prison. Yep, I sure am. Son of a bitch. It is not bean time. But it is intermediate again. Why intermediate? I don't know. What? It was literally a random spin. What do you mean, why intermediate? Because Not like I've been typing all stream. I know you have. What are the odds of that, Mr. Kill? What the hell? I've used this before. I've used it a few times, and it has not sent me like this. Reroll? No, that's not how this works. It is not random if I reroll. If I reroll, we might as well choose a map. Glow, 2 years. Thank you for the 24 months. He's going to the naughty jail. Oh, a different jail this time? Oh, okay. Have you seen the movie Let's Go to Prison? I have. It's been a long time, but yeah, I have. That was a really funny one. That had Dax Shepard. Yeah. All right. Well, intermediate prison. All right. Monopoly jail. Oh, do not pass go.
All right, we're here.
It's not raining.
The equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the
Oh, look, it's so nice outside.
Nothing to report, but it
Oh,
looks like you
look
were
it.
left in a hurry.
Any orbicals in any of the cell blocks by chance? It's intermediate, so we'll get all of our evidence. We'll get all 3 evidence. I don't see orbs anywhere. So bonus orbs, I think, are either out of the question or they're going to be super stinking late. All right, let's get flashlight, parabolic, and what do I want to bring? Let's bring EMF. Just because. So what you in for? Jaywalking. Time for the rest. Good night, Chaz. Don't you sit at attention, sir. Oh, I could have checked where the power was. You know what? I'm going to do that. Nope. I'm not about to be like, ah, F it. Nope, I'm going to go see where it is. It's Frank. You're in for non-perfect games. I wouldn't send you to prison for that. Okay. It is upstairs. So we go up there. It's, I forget the name of that room right there. It's like the, whatever office. Jaywalking out of the Cracker Barrel. That's what every old person does at Cracker Barrel. Don't they? Like walk right in front of your car as you're trying to drive through the parking lot. Yeah, nothing. Okay. In we go. I'm willing to mark that down. We didn't have any events. We didn't get anything. I believe it's the warden's office. I thought the warden's office was the one further back. know, maybe I will bring that. EMF 5 possibility? I think so. Let's go get the power on first thing. That's ambient noise. Want Frank Voodoo Doll as a plushie? It is a plushie. Well, yeah, I mean, Phaz has released it twice. Yeah, it's the chief security officer. The warden's office is back that way. There we go. Now the question is where? Come on, Goryo. Have one of the plushies on your desk? I've got mine on my shelf. Yeah, I'll show you the warden's office. Warden's office is right here. This. Jen, what up, homie? All right, nothing so far. Bathroom door was open back there. Some of the doors can partially be open. Wait, but can the bathroom doors be open? Wait, the stall doors can't start open, right? Or can they? I don't remember. Same opinion about this map. Just scream. I think they can. Yeah, I think there was a time where they couldn't, but I think it might be able to start parts because that's 18 degrees in here. Yeah. See that? It's not here. Oh, no, I appreciate it. Listen, any information is good information when we have no idea where the ghost is. Had him open. I just never remember. Whenever I go to the stall, I just pull open every single one of the doors, and I don't even pay attention. Thank you. I'm gonna turn on the lights for this hallway, though. The lights for the hallway are right here. See? Better. What up, Orky? What is the or else? It's a spicy bean. I've already had one. It was literally the first game, and it was here. Ghosty. Where's the bone? Oh, yeah, we got to look for that too, don't we? Yeah, I guess I might as well be searching for that on our way through. I'm not going to open any of the cells right now, though. No, we'll save that time. Not hearing anything over here right now. Let's go through. Let's go through the back and we'll go to the B block. Play this map since it came out. Never figured out. Wait, you turn on the lights in the hallway. It's not very obvious. Yeah. Don't get stuck on the mattress again. Roger that. What time normally? Oh, Tika, I normally start it. It's usually whenever like games get rolling, so it's a little bit closer to 9. Can the ghost hunt you out there? Nope. No, out there, the ghost cannot hunt you. No. Could also be checking temps in some of these areas. Sunny Meadows next. I mean, shit, might as well at this point. No, the bone can't spawn outside. You need to think of it like this. The bone can spawn where the ghost can walk. That's probably the best way to think about it. I've heard nothing. I've heard literally nothing. Except for that. Can the bone spawn in my pocket? I don't know. Can the ghost walk in your pocket? Are you effing me right now? I mean, I gotta look for the bone anyway, but you're here, you butthole? Lobby ghost it is. Mother effer. It just didn't give itself away. There was nothing. Here, our ghosty is here. I don't see any orbs though. Sanity is still pretty good unless it turns into an early hunter. But let's get a crucifix in there anyway, just to be safe. Yeah, at least it's close. Yeah, I can run stuff back and forth way faster right now. One of the beans is a Carolina Reaper. It sure is. Let's do this. Yeah, that sounds good. Put that there. It was 2 degrees, so it's not freezing yet, but it's damn close. Oh, Incubus, I appreciate the kind message, friend. Thank you. What are our clues so far? The temperature being extremely cold, but not freezing. Yeah. Give. You want to write in the book so I can hear it? Oh, no worries, Chris. I appreciate it, man. It's 3 a.m. Yeah, no worries at all. Drifter, thank you for the 5 subs. What is considered freezing? If you have a digital thermometer in the game, if you have 0.9 degrees or like 0.9 Celsius or lower, it's a freezing ghost. How do we make the Carolina Reaper bean happen? Well, there's technically two ways of making that happen. One, it's a wheel spin if I lose. 2 is if I do the bad wheel and it happens to land on it. It's not a guarantee at any point, but it can happen. Let's do that. Do that. We're at 85, and I swear we saw EMF 5 earlier. I swears to it. But there is a chance. Did you choose spicy beans to save yourself? There's no way. If I did back-to-back-to-back losses, I could deal with spicy. I wouldn't be able to deal with the gross sodas like that. No way. What the F? I didn't hear it from the truck. Oh no, it might actually be a shade. A shade is possible. Oh shit. Well, you're useless. Let's try this. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you?
Take it away.
Sperate. Unless I have EMF 5, then it's a Sperate. Firelight, motion sensor, repel. Okay. Firelight, motion sensor, repel. If you say right here, does that count as spirit box? If I say it? Oh, maybe if I say it with like a walkie-talkie voice. Yeah. Hey, Makovia, what's up? Hasn't worked it forever. Well, welcome back. Alan, thank you for the follow. Thank you guys for the follows. Drifter, thank you for the subs again, friend. We'll do sound, this. Yeah, that looks good. 82. We don't, wait, do I need you to hunt? Motion sensor, firelight, repel while chasing. I mean, we could make it hunt though with Frank, so that's fine. Do you know it's EMF if the board spikes without an event or a hunt? Yeah, and I mean, what I can do, I can verify that just to be sure. If we don't want to like take any risks. Put you over here. Any sounds so far? Wait, do I have photo camera in here? Oh, shit. What happened? This game looks so different. When was the last time you played? That's the question. Bring camera. Oh, I just heard it blow out the firelight. Bring more salt too. Peak yesterday was funny. Yeah, it's a really fun game. I'll definitely play it again soon. Yeah. Oh, you bastard. What do I want here? Perfect on high school? Perfect on high school. I certainly did. Hey, Sober Unicorn, how are you? Billiam, welcome in. Oh yeah, I will, Kaiser. Yeah, I can't do everything at once. I can't record video of the motion sensor while getting a photo of the EMF, while getting the spirit box, while taking all. I got to go step by step. Elaine, hello. Skill issue. Your face. But it's not going to walk back over here now. Thought you were more talented than that? Man, talk about overestimation. Ghost, are you just done? There we go. Firelight, please. Firelight, please. Okay, you're walking around a lot over there. Let's do that. Actually, let's move you a little bit further. I don't want you to accidentally do the other things. There's our EMF 5. Oh, it didn't count. Shit. Now we know, guaranteed, that it's a spirit. Now it's not a question. What was she laughing at? I don't know. She's mean. She's mean. Mean-spirited. Come on, lady. Do the thing. Good one, like that. Sanity isn't low enough. Low enough for what exactly? Laughing at your awesome jokes, she might have been. More activity or hunt. Well, yeah, I'm obviously not low enough for it to hunt, but it doesn't need to be lower for the ghost to blow out the firelight. Wait, did I already get the... Wait. Hold on. I realized Okay, I needed audio of that. I was about to record video of it. That's why I was like, hold on, I'm throwing myself off. I've got video of it. I need audio of it. Okay, we're good. Unless... okay. One more time, please. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. How'd you figure out it was a spirit? Just the evidence. All the evidence led to it being a spirit. Why did Ghost go to a bar for the boot? Yeah, I could do it. I could bring in another book to get audio and video of that as well. Yeah. It'd be nice if it just did the thing, though. It's not walking around much over here, though. Okay, you're right there. Do the thing, please. I see you there. We know. Jane, welcome in. Evil, hello. What's up, Master? Slendrix. Candace, thank you for all the follows. You know what? I could get audio of the spirit box. I could say F it. That is true. Where are you? I always forget about that. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'd rather not risk it. We might as well get a guarantee. Where are you? Where are you? Blows out fire. I'll record that instead. That's fine. Where are you? Son of a bitch. Where are you?
Far from their home.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Fine. We'll play it your way. Writing, voodoo. Still need to go find the bone, right? Right? We haven't seen that. I'm not going to get there type. Shit. Why did I just double photo? Excuse me? I just switched my item. That was weird. Okay. Still need the bone. Yeah. Still need the EMF pick. Yeah, I'm trying to do too many things at once. Wait, do I? You good? Ghosty, where are you? Got the EMF sound. I did. I need a photo of it though. So we just need to interact with something. It did the EMF sound without showing it? Yep, I don't know why. I have no clue. Am I doing 15 times? No, if I was doing 15, I'd be much slower right now. Dig, thank you so much for the sub. The ghost is just not interacting with anything. Did I just hear it do something over here? Can I answer your question? You want me to stop the stream and answer the question if I hate you? I have no idea who you are. Sorry, they want to keep talking about it, so we'll talk about it. So that's a yeah. Ghost, you're here. Will you please do anything? Very slippy ghost. It's just chilling, man. How's your game not dark? I just turned my there we go. My brightness in game I turned up. I don't have any filters, like no NVIDIA filters or any of that jazz. Nope. Just brightness in the game is up. Hey. Oh, that was slippy. Oh, you son of a bitch. We need to go find the bone. I still need 3 more videos. Bone, 3 more videos. Let's go check her sanity real fast and we'll come back in. Yeah. Your mother was a hamster. Find the bone before she hunts. I mean, I could take sanity. We're at 75. I can make her hunt with the voodoo doll. You know, so that's fine. But for now, I know I have all that stuff in there already. I'm just going to grab it anyway. Let's go find the bone. Can make the game PS2 graphics with NVIDIA. I played a game where I actually did all that kind of stuff inside of the game by turning every single setting that I could down as much as I could. All right. Well, I guess I just start doing laps, huh? I think I already looked in this room. Yeah, we're fine. Always enjoy some time with Frank. Yeah. Frank's a homie. He's fine. Make her angry. Making her angry is not going to help me find this bone that's sitting literally. I was about to take a photo. I already have a photo of her like that. All right, so we have the bone. Okay. Now I need more videos, though. So I've got motion. We've got fire. I could go get salt. We could do another writing book. If we can get her to interact with that. She's angry because you found the bone. I found the bone. She's pissed. Yeah, we could do another salt and we could do that one. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. Burn Cruci. Yeah, I mean, I need to repel, right? But what I could do is I could use the voodoo doll to start a hunt. I could video a burnt Cruci and just keep poking the pins to lose my sanity. I just don't know if it would make me lose enough. That's the issue. Wait, what was that? Wait. Oh no, where's my video camera? Where'd I throw it? It's all the way over here, son of a bitch. I could get a thrown object. God damn it. All right, let's make sure it's walking this way and then we'll put the salt down. I don't want to waste it. You refuse to play prison. Why? It's so cute. Ghosty. Flash is losing it. I've already lost it. Why would you want pills to drain your sanity? I don't need pills to drain my sanity? Lost it a long time ago. I got 3 kids, dude. It's gone. Try looping for a hunting video? Yeah, I could. I was crazy once. What is my quest? Record this salt specifically. Get video of Ghost writing in this book in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Completed. Not today, hotshot. Not today. There's a shadow again. I couldn't have. Well, I could have gotten a video of that, couldn't I? Damn, Sag. All right. Do you want to show up again? I do need one more video now that we talk about it. You know what? Never mind. All right. So now I just need to repel. Perfect timing. I'll take it. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's awesome. Great for you. Yep. I need to remove this. Take the Cruci. Yep, I'm on it. I should have. Do I have 2 smudges in here? Yeah. Should be fine. I don't feel like going to go turn the power back on. Hi, Frank. Not in the mood. Yeah. Should be good. Now, the issue is I don't know where the ghost is. EMF 4? Hello? Let's do this. This will be my way of knowing where it's going or where it's coming from. I have 3-second grace. Yeah, it is intermediate, right? It's over there. Did the devs name him Frank? No. No, that's a community name. There's many a community name that has come up. Valley, 34 months. Objectives complete. Yes, sir. Literally everything. Toilet steak has been in the game since the beginning of time. Well, I don't think so. It's got to be done soon, right? There we go. How'd Pam get her name? Same way. She was wearing pajamas, so people started calling her Pajama Pam. Same deal. Same deal. Yeah, Pajama Pam. She's patient 07, but we still call her Pajama Pam because it looks like she's wearing pajamas. Audio. Video, photo. We found the bone. We know the ghost. Perfect prison. Let's go. Stop talking about my sister like that. Spirate. Another perfect in the books. Let's go. Whew. Do you ever play on harder difficulties? Yeah, I'm literally playing on random right now. I started the night off with APOC too. Yeah, I do no evidence runs. I don't do a lot of like APOC 3 stuff because I don't like the idea of having to play that slow. Yeah. Tangle Amateur? Dude, I'd be down. Give me a small map for God's sakes. Okay. Two things. One. I guess three things technically. One, I'm working with Fourth Wall right now to get the whole gifting situation figured out. We haven't figured it out yet, but we're still working on it. Two, I have ads coming, so we're going to do the ads. Three, I need to use the restroom. So I'm going to use the restroom while the ads play. I think that makes perfect sense. And then we'll do our next random, whatever it's going to be. Anyway, the devs can make a randomizer. There is one. It's just the issue is that every single one of your settings are randomized. You can't lock anything in. Yeah. Do this with tier 1. No, thanks. You can tell a ghost by looking at the grass color. Sure. Are you guys okay? Retro ads? Do you want the retro ads? For those that are going to be having no ads, do you want me to give you ads? I can. Yes, please. Okay. Surely. All right, I'll give you guys the retro ads while the other ads play. So I am going to run ads 3 minutes. I try my best when I'm playing solo, especially, to be in the lobby whenever ads play, so that way you guys don't miss any gameplay. If I'm playing with others, it's a little harder to do that. But we can control this, so we're here. Yeah. I like being reminded how old I am. I got you. It reminds me too. Can I have ads and a large Coke, please? I got you, Kill. I'll send it through the mail. I can't guarantee how it's going to look when it gets there, but it'll eventually get there. All right. 3 minutes, friends. 3 minutes. BRB. All right. Be right back, friends. Classic. Classic. I need to redo some of that. I need to add some more of the ads. Are those 90s ads? They sure as hell are. Flash jump scare, you're very welcome. Oh yeah, we're back. Hot Pockets taste different now when I was a kid. I don't think I had them as a kid. I don't think so. You're very welcome. Party Crasher, thank you for the sub, dude. Adult taste buds. All right, on to our next one. Yes. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. That Smash Bros commercial was epic. Oh, man, it was the good stuff. That was the good stuff. Glad to be here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you again for the sub. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the follows. You still eat Hot Pockets? I did for a little while there. Then I kind of stopped. All right. So we've done prison, high school, prison, Grafton. Okay. Okay. Now we're talking. And it's Nightmare too. I mean, you still got to be careful, SpongeBob, but that's way more in line with what we want. So, got to be extra careful. Sanity definitely feels like it drains like crazy. Loving the new Grafton. It's really awesome. Yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. Was hoping for 15. Okay. All right. If you guys are just coming in, hi. I am doing perfect game or else. Well, what that means, it's a little thing where I need to get a perfect game on a random map with a random difficulty from amateur to APOC 3. And if I don't, I have to spin my spicy bean boozled bin to figure out what spicy bean I have to eat. And we've already done sriracha, which is the second hottest one, which was great. I have not I have not had Blood Moon. I did once because I like rolled over and over and over and over and over just to see what it looked like, but I didn't get it naturally, so I didn't play it. Handled it really well. I think so. Yeah. All right. To the Graftons. Let's go. I hear liquid. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Womp womp. Still no Blood Moon here. It's like the only one that I want to be Blood Moon is this one. That's it. All right. I'm definitely going to grab a smudge. You better believe I'm going to have a smudge. We'll do this. We'll do this. Jessica Halstead. We need to escape motion sensor and 3 photos. Went from 100 to 0. I got really excited there for a second. Yeah, that's okay. Be nice and horrific. I think so. Yeah. Callum, hello. How are you? All right. Let me go back to this. Sorry. Sorry. Hold, please. Okay. Now we get to figure out if we get a fun room or not. Meh. Oh, yeah, that. Maybe this isn't the best for this. Okay, power's upstairs. Nothing's standing out yet. Doll room, please. Bone? Crow? That almost got me. That was so close. I was like, why does it sound like it's in front of me all the time? You son of a bitch. $9 degrees. Please don't be in the attic. If it's in the attic, just F, dude. No, we don't need... We do not need a cool and refreshing orange. Wouldn't be the first time Crow got... Listen, I was blindfolded when that happened. That just wasn't fair. Waluigi. Well, I can make it hunt when I want to. You know I make these just for you. Listen, I know. And they get me too. That's the thing. Well. Possible mannequin? Ask it for hide and seek. Yes, because ask it for hide and seek is a question. Oh, shit. Let's go. You got the hoodie. Enjoy it, friend. Love the streams. Everything. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's in the mannequin room. Yeah. You haven't seen it yet? Oh, we have. Oh, we have. We're going to go in there with these, and this. We're not taking chances. Not at all. Baxter, what's up, dude? It's just the big doll room. Sure. Whatever you say. The big doll room. I hate it. Don't mind me. Just hanging out. Oh my God, it's still there. I was like, is it gone? No, we're fine. I don't want it to spawn in here, though. I hate that this is here. Okay, that's fine. Watching my kerners. Right there's probably good. Yeah. At least you know where the bone is. Yeah, that's true. All right. We'll keep this one on us. Well, not I'll leave it at the door. Can the ghost interact with the mannequins? Oh, yes, it can. Oh, yes, it can. Thrill, GG's on the VIP, friend. Oh, yes, it can. Oh, they absolutely can. Nightmare is 2 evidence, so it is going to be hiding one. Again, though, I don't want to risk for the bisque. Keep a smudge. It's better than the doll room? I mean, is it? Any orbicals? No, I don't think so. Is that just a reflect? A bump gooses. What the hell is wrong with him? Give me this. Alright, let's go put the bone down. I mean the bone. Jesus Christ. Put the book down. I'm going to put it a little further. There we go. You guys better stay put. What are you talking about, Mira? I prefer the doll speaking to you in a creepy voice than the mannequin moving to you. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the mannequins moving to you can cause all kinds of problems. Think of the follows. Give me, and let's check our camera real fast. 'Cause you never know. They move. Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Chaotic Chris, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, I've seen it, ambience. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mannequins, yeah. It's like 4 degrees in that room. It just changed posture. Wait, did it? Wait, what? Did I miss it? Did it change and I wasn't looking? Not yet. I didn't see a move. I know that they do. Even if you're looking at the cam, I know that it happens. How do you get the drop? All you have to do is watch the stream, watch a Phas stream for 2 hours. Yeah. I don't see a difference. Me either. Can you record? Oh, wait, the mannequins. No, unfortunately right now you cannot. I have. Did you go to the pin message to check your progress? You hate this map. Why? Hold on. What the fuck? It moved? Well, ain't that some Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's a child. Oh, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. It's a child. Wait, where are you?
I'm far from there.
Excuse me? I need to go get the crucifixes and put them inside of that bigger room. Yeah, it's a kid. Ugh. Ugh. Get you. Get you. Get you. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, there we go. Fastest answer, yeah. But at least we got one piece of evidence, so that's good. Possible Thage. All right. The real question is this little booger walking around out here? What the? Don't tell me you're moving again. Wait a minute. I was like, am I moving you because of the lights? What? What? It's freezing in the kitchen? But I had cold temps over there. What? What? And it just shit in the sink? Oh. You're gross, bruh. What doesn't make sense is why I had cold temps over there. If this was the room. Twins is not going to give you cold temps in 2 areas. That's not a thing. French. I'm freaking out, man. You say mimic? Well, I say potato. Unless those orbs are hiding somewhere. I don't think so. I'm not sold that we have a Mimake. Get that on so we have a way over there. Moroi, Onryo, twins or mimic? Well, again, I don't think so. Rest of the house was 14. It was super cold in that room. Wait. Oh, I do have my camera here. When in Rome. Ouija board. Let's go get a photo of it. Moroi check. Yeah. Yeah, I could smudge and we would know. Goodbye. I don't want to do that. I was about to ask. I was like, I might as well wait and do a video of that. If it's a Moroi, you're cursed? Absolutely. Let's do this. None of this. It's not dinner time, you little a-hole. Get out of the freaking dining room. All right. That covers that. But Papa, I'm hungry. Too bad. Where'd I put the other one? Wait. Oh, it's right there. That's right. I put it on top, not underneath. Please stop. I don't need you. Go. Yeah, on the table. Yeah. All right, and then we'll put this one there. It's interesting. You little shit. God dang it. It keeps disappearing so fast. Oh, you're a towel. All right, go get more. Moroi trolling, if it's a Moroi. I don't know. It is giving off 20 vibes, but at the same time, it feels like it just went from room to room. So the speed will give it like, I don't need to do an Onryo test. Really, I can make it hunt and we'll know. But I need to start getting media. We need media. We need it right meow. So I've got audio recorder in there. I've got the firelight. We've got the motion sensor. Grab another EMF. Cretin behavior. Actually, I'm a liar. We're going to bring this instead. And thank you for the biddies. Hello. Media time? I think so. Better do it now rather than wait. Although my sanity might be getting tanked because of the Moroi. We're about to find out, I suppose. Slacker! Thank you for the prime, friend. I appreciate you. Give me that. Give me that. All right, we have this. We have this. I could go get a photo of the poopy water. Let's see. Hold on. Drop. Drop. Now I want you. And then I want you. And then I want you. Yeah. If it's a Moroi, you just took sandy meds. Yeah, that's okay. I don't want it to hunt. Not yet. It's not setting off the motion, and it's not blowing out the firelight. But I still see... Was that in the dining? Still freezing in here. Yeah. Give me this. Was it not in the main room? No, it's like... Yeah. It's cold here because the ghost keeps walking back and forth. But the problem is it's not setting this off. I could go get more of them. I was just hoping not to be a damn choo-choo train. See, now that's the thing that doesn't make sense. The freezing temps are in there. Come on. You just walked by that, right? Soggy, if you're worried about your levels, go to the Phasmo server and they'll be able to help you. I'm about to go get more of them. Are you moving again? It's not as cold. It's still freezing, but... Yeah, you son of a bitch. You know what? I know how to fix the video problem. Was the wait. Is the tripod back in there? Hold on. Yeah, it is. It's right there. If I ever have a problem wherever I can't record stuff with the video camera, I take the camera either off of a tripod or put it on a tripod. It usually fixes it. Got the drop. Nice. All right. I'm about to go get more. This is obnoxious. That was very loud. What was that? The roof caving in above my head. It's moving so much. I don't understand why. Pick a room? Yeah, but it's like waiting for me to walk away. Are you there or are you here? All right. It definitely feels like Hot Shot is hanging out here more. So we're gonna put that there. We're gonna put this over here. Never seen a ghost move that much. It's really annoying. No, I bet you think it's funny, you asshole. Freaking jerk. She's mocking us. I know she is. She's a meanie. Watch it move again. Oh, it will. I would almost guarantee it. Yeah, it's freezing out here now. So now it's out here. Here. That's for you, Ghost. Christian, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. It'd be nice to get the firelight audio. I was going to say to get that audio, then another audio, just to knock it out of the... Ooh, ghost fart. I'll take it. There we go. So now that's done with. Walk outside for a sec. Okay. Audio's done. I need to escape. I need one more photo. I could have taken a photo of the fart ball, but I'm more worried about staying alive. We need videos. Okay. You can do that. Certainly can. You can get video, photo, and audio of the mist ball. Yep. Pretty fast shipping for the merch. I think it just depends on where you are. I'm going to bring another one of these, I think. Yeah, that sounds like the right thing to do. Difficulty, this is Nightmare. Saberwolf, welcome in. You're lucky I don't have anything else on me, asshole. Would you record already? Holy shit. God, it has to be so close for you to record. The rain is really loud. Yeah, it makes it rough. Wait. Damn, no hiding. Ghost, translucent, motion. All right, if I know where you're walking, do I know where I have hiding anywhere? Have I checked? Well, let's see. Busted. Been hunting? Not right now. What is the darn ghost? I don't know. We're going to find out soon enough. Yeah, see how that's closed off? There's no hiding there. Back right corner of the ghost room. Oh, you mean inside of the dining? Okay. One more video. Come on. Walk in one of these, you little shit. Picture? Yeah, I will. You're right next to me. Come on. Whoa, whoa. Oh, you little bitch. Excuse me. Okay. Did it just walk past that without actually setting the salt off? Oh, you little shit. Tiptoed? Yeah. You love that for the ghost. How dare you? What? Missed all the events? Shut up. I do have hiding here. Oh, fuck you. I'm smudging you. I'm smudging you. Get smudged on. All right. Where is now my photo camera? Oh, I can't pick it up. Give me. Okay. Now it's walked in all the salt, I think. Yep. What a dick. Just wants to play peekaboo? No, it wants to be an a-hole. All right. I need one more video. I could go get more salt. Doing great, sweetie. Thanks. Or else what? Well, then I failed. Can you get a video of the board? Oh, I can. Oh, you're right. You know what? You are absolutely right. F that ghost. Give me that. We're going upstairs. Give me that. Lantern would also work. Yeah, the board though, I could ask a simple question like the age. Yeah. F it. I agree. Hi, Mail. How was your stream, friend? How are your ghosties? You know, we didn't start strong, but we've been doing really good ever since. How old are you? Goodbye. It's 25. Got home from an appointment. Oh, short stream. I gotcha. Or else what, Flash? Then I have to eat a spicy bean, Maddox, and I don't want to do it. But I already did it. It was the first thing that I did. I had a ghost not have a heartbeat. Oh, well, fuck me. Oh, wait. I need to listen. Hold on. I forgot I need to figure out what the ghost is. I can't hear it. Okay. Oh, this rain is so loud. The rain is so loud. What if I... Hold on. What if I do this? Oh, it busted those. Okay. It is quiet, but that's okay. I have an idea. I'm going to go get a parabolic microphone so I can hear through the floor. Didn't know you can get a video of the board. You can get a video of the board. You can capture audio of the board. You can get photo of the board. It is one of the awesome things that you can get every media with, which is great. Can't hear you over the rain. The board is now OP. Board's pretty great. All right. We want to hear the speed of the ghosty. I do all my listening with the paramic from another floor. That's fair. Chance to get EMF 5 from the board too. Correct. Yeah, you can kind of spam it. There's super low sanity draining questions that you can what? Oh, that's a Moroi. Okay. Speedy? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, did you just teleport back? It must be over. Yeah. All right. So that sounded faster than twins. We have twins, Onryo, Moroi. We have no orbs. Definitely not you. Hey, shithead. We were talking. So that sounded really fast. If I want to be sure, I would have it hunt again. I don't know why I couldn't hear it with the paramic from there. It's a moron. I think it might be. It sounded smudged for 7 seconds, to be honest. Yeah, that's another tell with the Moroi is it's smudged longer than the other ghost too. Oh, now you blew out the firelight, you jerkhole. So that's all of the photos, the videos, the audios. We got the bone. I'm kind of cool with going with it. Yeah. It's a moron. It is a moron. Here, we'll cinematically back away from the house. And then with the filter on, we'll go back. Okay, that's enough. Take the sandy and listen. That was faster than the fast twin. And I had it had no line of sight on me at all. Looks kind of cool. I'll give you that. It's look with the, again, this is without the filter. This is with no filter at all. I don't use eye adaptation or any of that jazz. But when you turn the filter on, there's so much more to see. Why is it so dark? It's just the way that they made it. It is what it is. Not good at telling the twin speed. It's just off. It's like You get used to the hunting speed of a normal hunting ghost, and you just have that rhythm stuck in your head of how fast that is, and then hearing it a little faster or a little bit slower for the twin. Yep. Your sanity level does determine the speed of the Moroi. Yep, absolutely. I almost want to make it hunt again to be sure, because if I'm wrong, that sucks. Do I do one more? Make sure? I think I should make sure. Yeah, I don't want to... I have 3 flashlights at the front door, just in case, because it popped my lights here. Go for it? Yeah, I think so. All right. Trust the gut. Good. You heard it now, Mr. Krabs? That's too damn bad. Oh no, man. I think you need a triple check. You know, I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit and just go for it on this one. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. All right, Moroi it is. Can I check the check? I could triple check the double check, but you can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd. Can't do it. The Holes movie's good. It is really good. It's on the list of ones to get for VHS. Nice. Told you, the first game was a fluke. The first game, we just pretend that didn't even happen. That didn't even exist. No shot. Beth, thank you for the biddies. Oh my goodness. Can I tell your child to go to bed? He wants to stay up and watch. He wants to stay up and watch? Then what we'll do is we'll just sit here and do nothing. See, the trick is they get so bored, they move on to the next thing. They're already moving on. They're already done. Good stream? Absolutely. Jocelyn, thank you for the biddies. Thank you guys for the follows. That's my kids. If we don't want them to watch TV, we put on something that we know would bore the shit out of them. And they're like, oh, fine. They just leave. Victory Bean, get out of here. No, we will do the good wheel, though. I do owe you that. We will do that. If it ends up being merch, I might have to just owe you guys. How many changes? Oh, how many room changes? Ooh, great question. Hold on, let me turn that off. Four. Yeah, it went from the mannequin room to dining, I think to kitchen and back to dining. If I had to guess. Yeah. Such a turd, man. It did so much. All right, let me find it. There she blows. All right. Hey, what up, Lost? Asaba. Sounds good. Let's do it. Let us do it. Coco, how are you? Welcome in. Turkey with provolone, please. You got it. I'll take everybody's order, but I'm not going to deliver anything. All right, what's the word going to be? We need a new word. Bean? Oh my God. Bunch of trolls. Yeah, bunch of trolls. All right. The word is bean. If you are not subbed and you would like to be gifted a sub right now, if you type the word bean into chat, you are entered to win and your name will go on the list. You have 60 seconds to do so, and then we will spin it for a winner. If you are already subbed and you win, you are responsible for choosing someone else to get said sub. So, 60 seconds or 50 now. Bean is the word. Whenever we do these giveaways, the word will always be here. It is always here. And it is not it's not like an exclamation point command. It's just the word. Yep. Once you typed it once, you're good to go. You're entered. Ready to rock. Yes, sir. And if you guys are not already in my server, I'm spamming it because a lot is happening right now. If you're not in the server already, the server's there in chat. So is the rest of the socials. Post a lot on the tubes. Active in the server. I post my schedule in there. We have Phaz information in there. Looking for groups, all the stuffs. Cookie Lady, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Oh, I appreciate you, friend. How was stream? Hi. Warm hot bean. Ew. Warm hot beans inbound. No thanks. I don't want it. The first game, I already had it. We're good. We're good. No thanks. We're good. Yes. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Just played some marbles. It was great. Heck yeah. You know, I'm going to do marbles soon because I owe some merch giveaways. So I'm probably going to do marbles to do those. Yeah. Oh, you just hit a follow goal. Let's go. Heck yeah. Beans on toast. Not where I'm from. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll go. Game on. Bean dip sounds good. I don't remember the last time I had bean dip. Did Dungeons & Dragons live on stream and marbles. Nice. Very nice. It's only on the purple side, Vam. Yeah, it's not a cross-platform giveaway, unfortunately. I wish it was. I wish. It is lavender. 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 You have a responsibility, Lavender. I know you're subbed. Time to start kissing butt. You are already subbed. So the question is, who are you choosing to get it, friend? The choice is yours. You love Frank? That's good to know. Lavender's fun. Nice shoes. These are great. These are going really well. I think yeah. Your guys' chances are up there. You get married in 2 weeks. Oh, let's go. That's awesome. Congrats. I like your pants. You smell lovely. Oh my God. Any tips on growing your channel? Yeah, be yourself. Be yourself. find whatever it is that you love to do that you want to possibly stream and roll with it. I saw it. I sensed it. I saw the name. I saw the name. Lavender, thank you so much for choosing. Kismeti, it goes to you, friend. It is yours. GG's, enjoy the sub. You were next on the wheel if that counts. Does it count? Enjoy the sub, friend. GG's. Okay. I'm honestly, oh man, I'm looking at what time it is. Like, I'm honestly starting to get a headache at this point. I've been fighting it off all day, and when stream started, I was fine. I think the hot bean might have kicked it into gear. GG's. GG's. Oh, you're okay, Cookie Lady. Thank you again. I appreciate it. I hope that you guys had fun with the dungeons and the dragons and the marbles and the things and the stuff. I hope that you guys had a blast. Sleep is wonderful. It is a wonderful thing. I don't want to cut it short, but at the same time, like, I know my limits of like when I start to feel it coming, and I know to stop, because if I don't, it'll turn into something bad. Yeah, you're very welcome. Enjoy the emotes, friend. Have you played? You know what? I have never played Red Dead 2. No, it's not because I don't want to. It's just one of those, like, I just don't have time for all the games and the stuff. So I never played. I would love to. I know I should. I know I should. I know I should. And I promise you I will. Yeah. I have played DBD. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we will. It's, I mean, honestly, it's almost 11:30, which is actually pretty spot on. Yeah. Sugared Chef, thank you for the 8-month Prime. No, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm a frequent headache migraine getter. It's been way better over the past few months. But when weather changes happen, it strikes, and there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do but stay hydrated and just try to deal with it. So what we'll do is we will call it there. You know what? I think one bean out of the entire night is not too damn bad. I think that's not too bad. And I think we got cheated in the first place. No, we're good. You must play. Oh yeah, I definitely will. Maybe on like a longer stream. That could be a fun thing to do. Yeah. A bean for the road. You shut your lips. Had a lot of storms here. Pressure changes. Yeah, same here. We've had them here too. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. All right. Yeah, we are. TikToks and YouTubes, thank you guys so much for today. I normally go a little bit longer, but I try to keep, it's usually like 8:30 to 11:30 my time, or 8:30 to midnight. We typically go to midnight or longer, but tonight we're going to cut it close. But thank you guys. We're going to go find someone to say hi to. Thank you guys so much for being here. Do backseat driver with Chiba? I could. You know what? I know what game you're talking about. I know that game. That actually could be a good one. I should reach out to Chiefs about that. I told Doc that I would play, what is it called? Zort? Is it Zort? It's a really weird game, but it looks hilarious. It's got like jump scares and all kinds of stuff, but it looked great. Is it Zort? Yeah, it is called Zort. Z-O-R-T. Zort. Yeah. Hey, what up, Flacco? Welcome in. Oh, my Lanta. Zort's funny as hell. It looks great. Look after the self. Always, always, always. Yeah, if there's one thing I could get rid of in my life, it would definitely be headaches and migraines forever. But again, because I think of my changes that I've made to my lifestyle and just eating habits and working out and all that stuff, I think it's really, really helped keep headaches and migraines to a minimum. Yeah, I think it's helped a lot. So getting them every now and then I can deal with. It's been a long time since I've had like a legit migraine. It's been a while at least. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. No, thank you guys. Again, one last time. If you're not in the server and you're not a part of the socials, they're all there, man. I do all the things. Friday, we will... Let me make sure. Let me check my schedule. Only ever get migraines myself. Yep, and they suck. They are one awful thing to experience. Yeah. They keep me company on the worst of days, dude. It's... If I can feel sympathy for something, it is definitely that. Debilitating. It's bad. Yeah, okay, everything's looking good. So Friday, we are back for more fun and shenanigans. I might get some friends together for Friday. I think that might be a good idea. When you think you'll be... Oh, you know what? Hey, you know what? It's really funny you mentioned about the stickers. You know what I'm working on right now? On the Fourth Wall store? Should I show you what I'm working on? Should I show you? I was doing it earlier today. It wasn't the sticker. It wasn't the sticker. Did it not save? Oh, I'm sad. Wait, no, that's okay. Wait, I sent Phoenix an image earlier. Hold on. Hold on. It didn't save, but that's okay. I was making it. Shh, don't show them. Should I not show them? Should I not show them? I don't know. I'm kind of a man. I'm surprised. Oh, I'm a big tease though. Yeah, Mayor, I could send it to you. Yeah, I was working on a piece of merch. No, wait, Phoenix. Are we talking about two different things right now? I'm not talking about the thing that you are working on. I was talking about the thing that I was working on. Don't take our fun. Listen, I take their word to the highest regard when it comes to Mayor and Phoenix and Song and the homies. Yeah. We're talking about the same thing. Okay. She wants it to be a surprise. Listen, it is merch. It is merch that I'm working on that has been asked about. I think you're going to be surprised about what it is, but I think you will get a chuckle. You will get a chuckle out of it. And yeah. I stole the fun, but it's for good reasons. It is. I can tell you, it will be on the store within the next couple of days. I like a good chuckle. Cheeps, somebody was suggesting a game for us to play. And I think I know the game they're talking about. I'm so sorry. Listen, I just do what they tell me to do. Always up for a surprise. Beth, thank you for the 13 months. Super, thank you for the 9 months. It's a baby. Yeah, there's like that back, whatever it's called, driver. They're going to... We need a surprise. It's exciting stuff. Although there is something... No, I don't know if I want to show you that either. You know what? I kind of do. There is something that I made, but it's not something you can purchase. I made it for my kids. I think you guys would enjoy this. Just to see this. Hold on. So I added it to my merch store because I needed to be able to buy it, but it's not something you can buy. Allow me to explain. So my kids, they're the sweetest little children's. My boys, what they would do sometimes is they'll want to do something really nice. So what they'll do is they will offer to make us breakfast. And when they first decided to do that, they made this big spread of food. And I mean, like, we're talking, a 13 and 9, like 10-year-old boy, but they were not 13 and 10 when they first did this. It was like a year or two ago. So they made a bunch of waffles and toast and cereal and all this stuff. And it was so much stuff on the table. It would just went to waste. And after that point, they were like, oh, well, what we could do is we could make a menu and then you guys could order food for breakfast. And we're like, that's such a great idea. No, not beans on toast. So they started calling themselves the Breakfast Bros, and they made a menu, and my son learned to make eggs, and they would just, in the morning, you wake up, they give you the menu, you order. The nicest thing ever. So I went out of the way to make them something. Well, I didn't make it. I have a friend that's a designer that I was like, oh, I have an idea. I need your help. So he helped me make this. So we created a logo for them. The Breakfast Bros, Bros Before Toast. Look how good that looks. It's so good. I love my friend. He's so great. He's such an amazing designer. I work with him, so it's, yeah. But I have this, they have it on a, they now have it. We surprised them with it. They have it as a mug. They have shirts. They have aprons. My daughter, because she's not one of the bros, hold on. I'll show you hers. Let me show you hers. Hold on. She has her own special. I got her made. I had my friend make her something special because she's not one of the bros, obviously. So I had for her Breakfast Bros #1 customer shirt. And that's her as a little character. So they are the donut and the waffle. And I said, can you take her and make her into one of these little characters and make her own little shirt? So yeah, so she was all kind of jazzed. We gave it to them today and they were wearing it running around outside. Yeah. And the apron is embroidered. So it like has the logo on it. Yeah. It's the little things, you know, it's the little things. We knew that they would be excited about it. We knew that they would love it. So, and they do. Oh, they were so jazzed. Oh, they screamed whenever they saw the aprons. When they saw the aprons, they both screamed out loud. It was the best. Yeah. They're so funny though. It's so random when they decide they want to do it. It always makes us wonder, okay, are they about to ask us for something or are they just doing this to be really nice? And it's kind of a mixed bag because I'm pretty sure not too long after that, they usually ask for something. Future startup business name. I mean, hey, mate, if they're feeling it, sure. Really, it's just for fun. They're going to open. Oh, man, can you imagine if they opened up, if they actually did Breakfast Bros and that became like a thing? That would be the coolest effing thing. Bit of both, to be honest. Yeah. Gonna have a heck of a restaurant. No, you know what it is? I think my wife is even saying, she's like, they are going to make two ladies very happy. I said, yes, they are. Damn right they are. All right. I'm going to snooze the ads. If you guys get hit by ads, I'm sorry. I'm going to snooze them because I don't want you to get hit. But besides that, that's okay. I showed you that. And then the other will be a surprise. I agree with Phoenix. I think it'll be, you guys will get that chuckle / surprise / that's awesome when you see what I'm making. And then like I said, Phoenix is also working on something. I'm not going to allude to that at all, what that's going to be. You will just see. You will see. It's great. Oh, I'm so glad she sent it to you, Mayor. Definitely. No, I will make Toilet Steak a sticker. I will. I need to make Toilet Steak a sticker. I need to make, oh, hey, how are you? Yeah, I got to figure it out. My guess is F them shoes. Oh, F them shoes socks. That would be good. Yeah. Trust me, you're going to be so happy. Hey, so wrong. I did. Stream was good. Stream was good. We're about to go find a friend to say hi to. As a van sticker. Oh my God. All right. Let us go to, we're going to go to Phaz because I'm sure that there's some peeps here that are still earning drops. You guys have until the 26th to earn your drops. That's why we've been playing so much Phaz. You have until then. I'm just looking. I'm looking. You know what? Yeah, she's a homie. I think that's where we're going to go. Actually, you know what? I'm a liar. We're going somewhere else. We are going somewhere else. All right. Here's some raid messages. If you're a follower, that's for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. My little creepy tier 3s, you get your own special little shout. We are going somewhere new today. We are going somewhere new. All right. Make sure to copy your raid messages, friends. Somewhere new, somewhere new. So I think we are. Maybe. Maybe. Still Faz? Yeah, still Faz. No matter what, I'm taking you to Faz. Yeah, I'm taking you to Faz. I'm just trying to make sure that peeps are still going to be going or not. I don't know. I'm just making sure. Adventure time. Adventure time? What? What? Okay. No, thank you guys again for all the subs. Thank you guys for all the biddies. Thank you so much for the raids. Thank you for all the follows. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. I'm in talks with the homies about some new games that are coming up. I say new games. It's just games that maybe we haven't played on stream yet. So I'm excited to start getting back into that stuff again. We're just waiting for the drops to end with Faz to start playing more things. It's more opportunity for more people to get the drops. I know that this one was a little bit longer than the animated badge was, but I just wanted to be sure. Yeah. JM, welcome in. Hello. Got to play all the things. I'm excited. They want us to play more Peak Phoenix. I'm excited for that. Thank you for the 34 months. What up, homie? Oh my God. All right. Well, I don't know if things are going to happen, so we might have to pivot. I had a plan, but the plan might fall through, so I think we have to pivot. Yep, we got to pivot. Unfortunate. I was going to go raid somebody, but I could tell they were ending. I have in my server, if you're a sub, you get the now live role. Somebody was live, but I saw them ending. I was like, oh no. I was going to go raid them. That's all right. We're going to go raid our friend Carly. We haven't been to Carly in a little bit. Carly's a homie. Carly is awesome, peeps. New-ish partner. I'd say new-ish. She's just got Twitch partner not too long ago, but she's awesome. Oh my God, Phoenix, the moment of him falling off and hearing the distant, oh shit. I can't wait to make that into a clip. I cannot wait. Yay, Carly. Yeah, she's awesome. She is awesome. All right, guys. I love you all. I will see you guys later. I got both. Yes. I want to see all the things. Yes, please. You guys are amazing. I will see you guys on Friday for more fun. Like I said, I will probably be getting friends together for Friday. So many laughs to be had, many things. I love you all. Bye.